Hey everyone, it's Tracy Saxby here from My Sea to Sky, and I'm here with Becky from Canadian Coastal Sailing.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks so much for coming into the My Sea to Sky office today.
Thanks for having us.
So Canadian Coastal Sailing have been volunteers and supporters of My Sea to Sky for the last few years. And we were just going to talk a little bit about some of the stories that you see out in Howe Sound. Like you're out sailing in Howe Sound all the time. So what are some of the favorite things that you've seen?
Oh, this past season alone, we've seen a mama bear and 3 cubs eating herring roe off the kelp on the shoreline. We had what we think were transient orcas follow us in towards town.
Oh, nice.
The stellar sea lions that come in March and April are amazing. They wrapped up and hang out, and they are just loud and obnoxious. The sunbathing seals, those are always a treat. As the low tide, there's just groups of seals hanging out on the rocks. As the salmon roll in, it's always a treat for our guests seeing a seal catch a salmon, bopping them around. Yeah, I think this season alone, it's just been an abundance of sightings. Yeah.
That's amazing. And it hasn't always been like this, right? Like it's
not at all. Yeah. I think since I moved here in 2012, spent lots of time on the water. And it was never a place for sights. You saw the eagles, you would see the herons, sorry. And you'd see the salmon in the rivers, but the big mammals, I don't recall ever seeing orcas until 2014 when we had that amazing sighting. Stellar sea lions, that's only been within the last couple of years. I think the abundance of seals, they've definitely grown in their numbers as well.
Yeah, it really has been amazing to see Howe Sound come back to life. Yeah, and that's one of the most incredible stories, you know, like seeing this recovery and how when we actually take care of a place and become better stewards of where we live, it can recover, it can become healthy again. So yeah, it's a really good news story.
Yeah, as we share the history of Howe Sound with our guests and point out the old industrial sites and say, even 5 years ago, the things we saw today you would never see. And our guests are always awestruck about the landscape, the history, and the sightings.
Yeah, this is definitely a majestic place to live. So what is it about My Sea to Sky and the work that we do that inspires you to be part of this community?
Seeing the recovery of Howe Sound has been inspiring in itself, and to have an organization that brings people together, that compiles all the research that's needed, educational, you inform regular people who wouldn't have the time or resources to inform themselves. And it's for that reason that we want to see the recovery. We want to be able to share this with future generations, and we just want to see it keep going in this direction.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, we're really very grateful for your support.
We're thankful for you.
So whether it's, you know, like allowing us to use your sailboat when we launched our Protect Howe Sound campaign with the flotilla. It was an awesome day. Yeah, I remember seeing a seal with a salmon in its mouth on that day actually, and it was just a gorgeous day. We've got a video of it on our YouTube channel actually. You can see everybody just coming together on stand-up paddleboards or canoes or any kind of watercraft, and just paddling out, and we created a heart in Howe Sound out of our boats, and we couldn't have asked for a more perfect day. It was calm and still and just magnificent.
It was amazing, and yeah, I had a pretty special perspective that day. One of the organization groups that was helping me film gave me a couple of their cameras and set me up the mast, so the entire time I was 65 feet up in the air looking down on the flotilla come out.
Nice, it's one of your favorite places to be.
It's a good place to be. You don't have to do much work up there.
Is that why you keep on climbing up the mast? Maybe. I'm gonna tell Dave.
He's too scared to go up there.
So so today we are running our 2+20 fundraising challenge for the month of December. We've just kickstarted it today. So we are trying to get $2,000 in monthly donations and $20,000 in one-time donations. And just from this morning, actually, we have already had 875 one-time donations and 125 monthly donations. So thank you guys. Please keep on contributing. We're going to have more and more people coming on and sharing their stories about How Sound and My Cedar Sky. And we're going to end this by putting on some herring. Hey?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Wonderful. And if you ever want to learn an interesting fact about herring, you should look up how they communicate with each other.
You're not going to tell me.
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm going to have to Google this.
You will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so herring are the very basis of the food chain. Without herring, I mean, it's the herring coming back and all the amazing work that so many other organizations have done to restore the herring. That's partly why we're seeing so many salmon and seals and whales coming in. So, yeah, never underestimate the power of the herring. Oh, that looks so cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I really appreciate your support.
Yeah. Anything we can do to help.
Thanks everyone. Please keep the donations coming in. We're so grateful for your support and for the incredible support of this community.